What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Second Street. I hope you're all having a good day, and welcome back to the morning movie chat. And it's new comic book day and new comic book Wednesday. I hope you're all having a very good day today. Hopefully you get out to your local comic book shop and pick out some awesome comics to read, because there are plenty of them coming out this week. Now, before I get into all of the comic books that I brought home from the that I got for this week, first want to talk a little bit about this news that I just seen when I got on Twitter this morning, that apparently there was a Twitter user, Matteo Sapin, noticed that there was a French website for Disney Plus doing some ads where they had announced that there is going to be 2 episodes of WandaVision releasing on January 15th. Now, how true or accurate this is, I don't know. It seems, it looks like it's from some sort of an official website, French website for Disney. So, I don't know. Ooh. I guess we'll see in the coming days how that goes. If we're going to get 2 episodes, I, for one, if they drop 2 episodes, I'm going to be absolutely excited. I want to know your hype level for WandaVision down in the comments below. Let me know all those thoughts down there. I just did a video a couple of days ago talking about the new WandaVision trailer that just dropped. It was only like 1 minute long, but they gave us so much within this little trailer, so many new shots in it. And one of the things I've been talking about here on the channel for a while is that I kind of suspect that maybe the MCU is going to give us an MCU version of Pleasant Hill within this kind of House of M story that it looks like they're doing here. The MCU likes to take and adapt these comic book stories as opposed to necessarily giving a direct adaptation of them. And just some of the things that I see in this trailer really kind of make me feel like that's what we're going to be getting here in this series. Just some of the things going on where we obviously see that Wanda kind of explodes this reality that she is making up, and it sucks everyone in. In this new trailer, we see Monica Rambeau in there, we see Randall Park in there, as well as other people, all the townspeople that are there. I think all of the townspeople are actually agents of S.W.O.R.D. I think S.W.O.R.D. is there. All these people kind of got sucked into this reality that Wanda has been creating, and I think that's kind of where a lot, like, all these townspeople are coming from. And I think at some point they're going to all kind of be reaching out to her saying, like, hey, like, you're like, this is all made up, this is fake, like, you need to wake up. Like, some of the people are going to realize it and some aren't, as things kind of progress here through the series. Now, this is kind of something that happened in Pleasant Hill when S.H.I.E.L.D. in the comic books, when S.H.I.E.L.D. had created Pleasant Hill. Now, Pleasant Hill was a prison that was basically where they changed reality in this small town and made it seem like Pleasantville, and trapped all of these villains in there using Kobik. And I'm telling you, a lot of the stuff that happened in the Avengers standoff storyline is in this trailer. Not only that, but it happened at a time in the comic books when they had all of these same characters that we kind of see, this same kind of situation that we see going on in the MCU happening in the comics. So I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot going on there, if you ask me. But I don't know. Let me know if you checked out the video down in the comments below. We'll get in here and say what's up to everybody before we get into today's comic book haul. So let's see who all we've got here. We've got 4133 Ray Hall. How are you doing? How are you doing, my brother? I hope all is well. Hope you're doing good. I know you're looking forward to that WandaVision series as well. I know you are. ReeferMan Reviews, how are you doing? Fanjecture, my man, what is up? Guys, don't forget, tonight is that Debate 8. I believe tonight is the Pixar movies Debate 8. Make sure you go check that out. Go subscribe to Adam's channel over at Fanjecture. That will be happening at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for you guys out there on the East Coast. That's 9. So it might be late for you all, but check your local listings and make sure you're there and let your voice be heard of what you think is the best Pixar movie. ReeferMan Reviews says, I'm so hyped for WandaVision. Absolutely, man. I can't wait. I mean, yeah. it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Definitely gonna be good. Ray Hall says, Trinity, do you see the clip of WandaVision on Jimmy Kimmel? Oh no, I did not. She was on Jimmy Kimmel. Was it last night or was that Monday night? I didn't check that out. I'll have to go check that out. Star Wars Santa is in the building. Thank you so much for being here. Says, happy hump day. How are you doing, man? Ridiculous Thoughts. Thank you so much for being here. Says, this Pleasant Hill storyline also happened recently with the resurrection of Jean Grey. Interesting. Ray Hall says, such a unique take. I don't see anyone else talking about this theory. Yeah, it's because I'm a geek and nobody else probably read Avengers Standoff or cares about it. And those that did read it probably don't care about the MCU. It's funny how the like kind of some of the division there between like comic book fans and readers and the fans of these movies who don't really read comic. Largely, a lot of people who are really into the MCU don't read a lot of the comics. But it's funny how it doesn't go back, like the whole thing doesn't go back and forth. It's really kind of funny to see that back and forth there with some people. So. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get into some of the comic books that I picked up I'm going to be reading this week. Picked up from the comic book shop. Starting off, we've got Dark Knight's Death Metal. This is the last issue of the Death Metal series. It's all done after this. And, you know, they moved into DC Future State this week as well. Had several issues come out for that. So let me know if you've been, if you're going to be reading DC Future State, or if you're reading Dark Knight's Death Metal and what you've thought of it so far. I'm several issues behind. Like I got a couple issues behind. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I just need to wait for it all to come out and just kind of review it all and take it all in, because it's a little bit different experience like that. But Dark Knight's Death Metal, looking forward to reading, and look at that cover too. The cover's pretty nice, and I did pick up this regular cover right there as well. Also got Amazing Spider-Man issue number 56. I believe there's 2 episodes left in this arc here of the last remains and what's been going on here with the storyline that Nick Spencer has been weaving together. It's not been bad. I think I'm 2 issues behind here on reading as well. I got to read 55 and 56 still. So, but I've enjoyed his Nick Spencer's run on the Amazing Spider-Man. It's just seemed like it's kind of dragged on a little bit long, this whole Kindred thing. Now, a lot of that is due to the fact that they did tie in a lot of other storylines at the same time with this series. The next one, I didn't even end up picking this one up, but I'm going to go check this one out and review this here on the channel. This is Eternals #1. They released like 25 covers. That's just regular variant covers. There's probably other shop exclusives and stuff like that out there. Little much, isn't it? I don't know. I could be wrong. We also got Hellions issue number 8 coming out. And again, here I haven't really read any of my Marvel or DC books through December. They just kind of lost me. You know, I've really been enjoying the indies just that much more. Here lately. But here we've also got X Factor issue number 6 hitting the shelves today as well. Can't wait to get in here and read this one as well and see how it is. I mean, like I said, I'm not really pulling some of these anymore. Going to read and review them here on the channel to keep up with this X-Men timeline stuff. But want to see how this goes. How Leah Williams continues on after the events of what happened in the 10 of Swords. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. Moving into Aftershock, Knock 'em Dead, issue number 2. This book is really good. I thought this one was good. Issue number 1 was a really good. Issue number 1 was a really good introduction to this character and to this world that's going on. Basically, what's happening is this young man. I can't remember his name all of a sudden. Pryor. What's his name? His last name is Pryor, like Richard Pryor. Well, he was in the first issue. We see he has these aspirations to be a stand-up comedian, and he's going out and doing this thing, and he just can't, like, he's not winning audiences over or anything. And then one night he goes out and he gets like a couple of laughs out of the crowd when he gets up on stage, and that kind of inspired him. Well, he ends up getting a ride. Getting a ride from the stranger that he had kind of met there in the club, and they end up getting into a car collision, and he ended up in pretty bad condition, and he died, but he didn't really die. And we see here in issue number 2 how that story kind of builds up and continues forward with him and his stand-up, because this guy had reached out to him about his stand-up comedy act, and it was really good. I thought issue number 2 here really expanded on that. Issue number 1, very good. Knock 'em Dead, a good series written by Elliot Rawl. Is that Rawl, or is that Ray Hall as well? I'm pretty sure it's Rawl. Very, very good book, and he's writing this one because he used to be a stand-up comedian. He wanted to be into stand-up comedy and all of those kinds of things. So it's a story that's kind of close to, I guess you'd say, close to his heart. So he's really kind of fully invested in this one. He's been posting about it on like Twitter and stuff like that. So yeah, make sure you check that out if that sounds like something that you might do, because it's kind of got that Aftershock twist in it, where Aftershock, they always kind of do these like little like thriller horror books. It's kind of got that feel in it, definitely. It's definitely a book I really enjoy. The next one come out. Oh man, I can't wait to do my review on this. Scout's Honor, issue number 1. This one is very good. It's a post-apocalyptic story where we see like these people, after a nuke had dropped, there was fallout throughout the world, and they were basically living underground for hundreds of years. Until they found it was safe with their tracking for the radiation and stuff. The radiation levels weren't dangerous anymore, so they decided to finally come out. And them entering back into society is very interesting, seeing what's going on. And the setup here in issue number 1, oh man. Definitely not a book for everybody, but I thought it was a pretty interesting book. By the time we got in about halfway through the book, I was kind of like, oh, I think I see what's going on here. I gotcha. But again, that was on Aftershock Comics. The next one I've got here is on one of my favorite publishers, guys. They came out in 2020, absolutely killing it. And in 2021, they are not slowing down. And that's The Resistance Reborns. This is issue number 1. This is a one-shot issue on AWA Upshot. Now, this is the cover, the Mike Deodato Jr. cover. Raza actually did the regular cover on this one, and this is kind of a pretty thick book. They only charge $3.99 for it. One of the things I want to say about it, it's $3.99, price of a regular book. It is a little bit oversized, but one of the things they do in this book, I was like, okay, it's a little give and take there. And that's probably why they went the $3.99 on the price, I'm guessing still, is because you get in here into the book and some of it, and you only get these large 2-panel pages. And I think there was some of them where they have a little bit more than that. You know, you get some of them a little bit more, but you know, you still got the big white borders on here. It's kind of like not the full page covered, and it's kind of like if you read the COVID Chronicles on AWA Upshot, it was done much the same way. So I guess there's a little bit of give and take there with as far as the price on some of that. Now, I'm not sure if some of you guys caught my video on, I believe was that on Monday, where I was talking about it might have been, was it Monday? Yeah. Talking about the price of comic books and how a lot of these prices are going up. And we see that with a lot of these publishers, you know, kind of making this, it seems like they're trying to make this $4.99 a new normal. Dare I say that? Moving on into Image Comics. This week we've got Crossover, issue number 3. I'll tell you one thing. I'm done with this series at issue number 5. I think that ends the story arc out. It's Donny Cates. That's the best I can say. It's Donny Cates. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of this comic book world mixed with the real world. It crossed over, and it's not terrible. It's not great. It is. It is. How about that? Next one we got here on Boom Studios, on their Boombox imprint, is The Last Witch, issue number 1. This one, again, is another $4.99 issue. This is a variant cover as well. This is the variant cover. But this one right here, you know, I really enjoyed this one. It's a fantasy tale. What we see is this young girl, the last witch, who she's not really the last witch, is she? She's out with her friend, and they're kind of daring each other. It's kind of a thing. They're going out into the woods on this certain day when they're not supposed to go out into the woods. Well, they're kind of daring each other to go out there and do it. She goes ahead, and they end up getting caught. You know, her father steps in like, "Hey, what's going on? Where are you going?" And he's like, "You can't be out here." So she has to go home and take care of her kid brother while the celebration is going on. And her father basically grounds her at this point because she wasn't supposed to be going into the forest. She was doing a no-no and all of that kind of stuff. And this service was getting ready to happen the next day. So he ends up going to this town celebration where she's stuck at home taking care of her brother who is sick. Her mother has died, and we do get some flashbacks of that. Now, the thing that I like about this is she ends up, she's supposed to be taking care of her brother during the celebration. Well, she ends up leaving the house. He falls asleep. She goes to leave. Well, he ends up coming along with her because he's not asleep. He faked asleep. And they go out on this adventure, and I don't want to give much more away, but I really dug The Last Witch, issue number 1. I was wondering whether I was going to or not, but I thought it was actually really good. The art with the story just kind of really, it grabbed me in. It really pulled me in and got me on that one. I didn't expect it to neither. I'm curious, though, to see if my man Perry over at Perry Comics will get into this one, because I know, what was it, year before, when Folklords came out, he was so into that. And this is, I don't know, it's a similar kind of fantasy tale. Now, the next one I've got here on IDW Comics is Dungeons and Dragons Spine at the Spine of the World. This is issue number 3 of 4. This book is being written by Amy Garcia and AJ Mendez. Amy Garcia is an actress, and AJ Mendez is she's a wrestler, or used to be a wrestler. And this book right here, Dungeons and Dragons, I'm not really into Dungeons and Dragons, but I know my man Jason over at Polyhedral Paradice is. But I've enjoyed this book. It's not too bad. Where we see just kind of this little adventure going on here where they're trying to get this little boy who knows magic. See, the seasons aren't changing, and it's because of this curse that has been, they're guessing, set upon the land, and they have to get this little boy who knows his magic to this certain place, and they've got to protect him, and they're coming across all kinds of, obviously against all kinds of opposition on their way to get him where they need to be. But there's a little bit more than that going on here, and I've really enjoyed this story overall. The art in this book is actually pretty decent, coloring's good, and the story is at times, like some of the characters, I kind of feel like, man, they feel a little, how would I say, immature. But they're also kind of in these situations too, where it's like, yeah, I guess I could see reasons for some of these things going on in this book. But I don't know. That's all the books that I have for my comic book pull list this week, guys. Let me know down in the comments below if there's any books that you've picked up this week or are going to be picking up this week at the comic book shop. And let's get right back into the live chats and see what you were all saying. We probably won't go much longer here. Going to keep it a short show. But let's see here. Let's see, we got ReeferMan Reviews says, dude, I ordered Wayward Sons Legends Volume 1 and 2 because of the book you sent me. Comes in the mail. Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Awesome, dude. Sweet. Yeah, I was going to say, because I know all of those books had originally released. They did them back in the day, and now they're re-releasing them through this series. So, awesome, man. Great. Say, it ain't hump day till you get humped. Reefer says, I stopped reading death metal a while ago. I gave up. Hey, man, I totally understand. Reefer. Stephen J says, late, but what is this about 2 episodes? Yeah, supposedly they're releasing 2 episodes on January 15th, episode 1 and 2. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but, you know, we seen somebody on Twitter had seen that on this French site for Disney Plus, on a Disney Plus listing on a French website. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Ray Hall. Ooh. Says, what's your favorite Marvel comic, Trin? You know, I kind of feel like this is a setup. I almost feel like you're messing with me, because I think everybody knows this, but for the sake of saying, let me tell you. What is my favorite comic book? You know what? It's this right here. Black Widow, No Restraints Play. Came out at the tail end of 2019, going into, what is it, 2018 going into 2020? Or going into 2019? No, it's 2019 going into 2020. Great book. Black Widow. She goes to Madripoor because she has a thirst for blood and she wants to exact vengeance on those people who are the worst people in society. These human traffickers, child molesters, pedophiles, rapists, all the worst people in society. She goes out to Madripoor and brings them all to justice. Not just justice. She doesn't take them to jail. This is Black Widow we're talking about, and she is in Madripoor. I love this story. I love this story. It's one of my favorites, written by Jen and Sylvia Soska, the Soska sisters, better known as the Twisted Twins, with art by Flaviano. Just check out that cover right there. Let's see. Veronica Gandini is the color artist, I believe. Veronica Gandini, cover artist. Clayton Crane is on, is a color artist. Clayton Crane is on covers. VC's Joe Caramagna was the letterer on this series. Absolutely love this book. One of my favorites. You know what? As a matter of fact, that wasn't supposed to happen. That wasn't supposed to happen. I hit the little stream deck thingy here when I was reaching over for the sleeve here. But what I'm going to do, you know what I'm going to do, is we're going to give away a copy of Black Widow No Restraints Play at the very end. At the very end of the WandaVision series. We're going to have an overall review. We'll probably bring some guests on. We're going to give away a copy of this book right here. Now, the people who are helping fund this giveaway, as well as some of the crowdfunded comic books that we're going to be talking about here on the channel here in the coming months, are the Myrtle Maniacs. Now, if you don't know what the Myrtle Maniacs are, there is a link down in the description where you can go and check out the memberships here on the channel and see what the perks are. We do some live streams. You guys are helping crowdfund comic books. I'm going to be having some videos come out for you all reviewing these comic books. Now, I've kind of thought a little bit about how we're going to do that with the Myrtle Maniacs, since you guys are they are providing the funds to help support some of these crowdfunded comics. We're going to bring those reviews here on the channel. We're going to take a look at these crowdfunded comic books, and we're going to look at them. We're going to review these books, and we are going to show the value and see if they are worth your money and your time. Because one thing that we've noticed here over the past year or so is comic books seem to keep going up in price just a little bit. We got people, these variant covers, $4.99, $5.99, a little bit thicker books, $6.99, $7.99, $8.99, constantly trying to push just this little bit more to get you used to paying that little bit extra. And everything that's been going on, it kind of makes it seem like, you know what? Crowdfunding isn't really that expensive when you sit down and think about it. There are plenty of crowdfunded comic books out there that you can go out there and support and still get a good value for your dollar, and that's something that we are going to be talking about here on the channel. Louis the 13th, thank you so much for being here. Dixie says, knock 'em dead popsicle, an alcoholic drink made by Confederate soldiers during the Civil War. Okay. All right. There's a rumor that Marvel would drop 2 WandaVision. Yeah, that would be a delightful treat if they did. Absolutely. Yeah. Donny Cates' Thor #1 of... Donny Cates' Thor is one of 3 Marvel other than Star Wars that I'm still reading. It's balls crazy. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people have been loving Thor. I'm not pulling it and reading it anymore, but I thought it was pretty decent. Will Morgan, thank you so much for being here. I hope you're doing well today. Chillmonger says $4.99 will drive me away. Absolutely, it will. Yeah. I don't play D&D, but I love the stories, so I might get that. Yeah, it's not too bad. A little 4-issue miniseries. That's why I went ahead and got it. Outways Dawdle, thank you so much for being here. Yo, I'm not messing. I found your channel too. Oh, no, you're all good, Ray Hall. No, because I couldn't remember if it was you. There was somebody who used to come here into the chats and be like, hey, what's your favorite Marvel comic book? And I would sit there and I would go on and on and on for about 20 minutes to a half hour about that comic book. Yeah, you're all good. Reading The Complete Dying Earth by Jack Vance. It's an actual book with a hardcover and no pictures. Oh, good luck with that. No, that's good on you. Good on you. Mike Porter, my favorite Porter. Thank you so much for being here. Did I miss you coming into the chat? I must have. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, yeah. What is up, Mike Porter? My favorite Porter in the house. Let's see what else we got going on here. It says, give me a PS5, Trent. Right? All right. The den is live now. Yeah, getting ready to head over there in just a minute. It says, mid-sentence we are done, just like when you dissed Soul, you and Josh with the new trend. Oh man, that's funny. Yeah. Yeah, they're saying that Doctor Strange might show up in WandaVision as well. A duder. Yeah, that's what they're saying. I guess we'll see. Will it be that post-credit scene maybe? Very well could be. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for today's live stream. Thank you all so much for being here today. Like I said, we started off the stream, talked a little bit about the WandaVision. It is rumored that they are going to be dropping 2 episodes in week 1 on January 15th. That is less than 2 weeks away. We'll get 2 episodes of Bliss, supposedly. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. It doesn't seem like it's from the best source, but hey, let's not get our hopes up too high. Then we went ahead and got into my comic book pull list for the week and talked a little bit about that. But you all have a very good day. If you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe, click the little bell and all that good stuff. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Give it a thumbs down if you don't. It's okay. You're not going to hurt my feelings. But while you're at it, make sure that you share it with a friend and invite them to come hang out with us here on the 2nd Street Marvel. You all have a good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.